everyone. Welcome to Next Gen Data Aspirants Community YouTube channel. I am Suparna Babu. So today in this video, I'm going to explore about one of the very interesting topic in the Microsoft Fabric. So the topic is open mirroring in Microsoft Fabric. So here, if you see, this is the architecture diagram of open mirroring. So what is open mirroring? The first of all. So here, if you see, if I go to the open mirroring, so open mirroring enables you any application to write change data directly into the mirror database in Fabric. So this is the official documentation is saying. Fine. So it means that it will enable the any application CDC capability in the mirrored database. Okay. Now here, if you see in this architecture diagram, so in this use case, what I am going to do, I am going to do 4 Parquet files. I have a 4 Parquet files, employee data Parquet. So update 1, update 2, and column addition. So these details are available in my local machine. So in this, what I am going to do, I am going to ingest that into the landing zone, which is in the Microsoft Fabric under Open Mirror database system. Later, it will process the change data capabilities and it will convert into the delta table. It will convert into the delta table. So this is architecture diagram. Now let's dive into the hands-on experience. Now here, if I go, so this is my Power BI workspace. So in this, first what I'll do, I'll create a workspace. Here if you see, I don't have any workspace. I have one workspace that which I explored earlier on OneLake security. So now I'll click on new workspace. So here, let me give mirroring workspace, open mirroring workspace. And here you can select trial capacity because it will not work for pro or premium user. You need to select trial capacity, or if you have fabric capacity, paid capacity, you can opt this. So once if it is completed, so now let me click on apply. So the moment if I click on apply, so now it is trying to create a workspace. So the workspace is created. Fine. So how I can create the fabric open mirror database workload? So just click here, new item. So now in this just type mirror. Now here if you see, this is the mirrored database. This is the mirror tab. Here you can find lot of other things. Directly you can mirror Azure Cosmos DB or else Azure SQL DB, or else you can directly mirror SQL Server, Snowflake, and Oracle and Azure Databricks catalog. And if you scroll down, you will have some BigQuery, Google BigQuery connection also. So now here I'll go with mirror database. So it is giving some name. So I'll go with the default name, but in your case, if you are going to implement this in your real time, you can give proper name for this. Let me create this. So now it's creating the mirrored database. See, it is telling that provision mirror database, and also it's provisioning SQL Analytics Endpoint. Fine. So it's taking a long time because I'm using the trial capacity. So in your real time, if you have fabric capacity, it will not take this much time. So let's wait couple of minutes. Step 1 was completed and it's in the step 2. It is taking little more time for provisioning the SQL Analytics endpoint. Yes, this point number 2 completed and it is configured in the replication. So this error is expected one. Why? Because failed to get landing zone files. We haven't uploaded any files. That's why it's throwing error. That's fine. No problem. So let me close this one. So this is how user interface will look like. For the first time, you are seeing Fabric mirrored open mirroring database user interface. Here, if you see, we have options like refresh, settings, stop replication, OneLake data access in preview, and upload files. On the left side, we will have the table in OneLake or uploaded files, and here refresh and status is running. So currently it is telling that no data has landed, no data has landed, and that landing zone URL is this. So if you have Azure Data Explorer in your machine, you can copy this and connect directly with your Azure Data Explorer to this landing zone, and this is mirrored database ID. Fine. Now what I'll do, before uploading the file, let me show you the what data I have. Actually, it is in the Parquet format. If I show here, if you see, this is the first file I am going to upload, because by using Notepad, it will not display proper data. That's why I shown this in my Visual Studio Code. So in the form of table. So this is the table. I have 50 50 rows of data. I have 50 rows of data. Okay, I have 50 rows of data, including 10 to 11 columns are there. Fine. Now, first I'll go to here. Make sure that click on upload files. Click on upload files. So once if you click on, you will see this. Click on browse files. Now let me go to the data sets. Open mirror data sets, Parquet file, and let's choose this one, employee data.parquet. Click open. Now, so it is asking the table name. What is table name is here, it is going to create that one table in the table section. So I'll give you employee data, and here we need to select primary key columns. Why? Because I'll tell you later, not now. So in this case, so it's loading the data. So let's wait. The data is loaded. So here we have two primary keys are there, employee ID and contact ID. But I'll select only employee ID in this use case. I'll select. If you have multiple primary keys, you can select multiple primary keys. So I selected employee ID and everything is okay. Now let's hit on create table. So now it is completed. Now, so for the first time, it will take 2 to 4 minutes. Let's see in official documentation what it is telling. Let me go to the FAQs, frequently asked questions. So see here, how long does it take replicate data once in the landing zone? Real-time data latency. So it means that it's based on the real-time data latency. So now let me go to the here. So if you want to see the progress, just click on refresh. So now the data is inserted. See here, if you see initially nothing is there. Now here if you see employee data folder is created. So whatever the file we are uploading, that files created as a folder. So it is created a folder. Now let me refresh. So after completion of replication, here you will see that how many rows are replicated and what is the last completed date and time. So it will show these two values in this row. So let me refresh again. Ideally, it should take 2 to 3 minutes. Ideally, it should take 2 to 3 minutes. So let's wait. Let me refresh again. Perfect. Perfect. Now here, if you see, row, sorry. Now here, if you see, rows replicated 50 and the last completed is 10:23 p.m. 10:23 p.m. So fine. So how you can see this table? So just refresh this. So here if you refresh, now here you will be able to see this table here. Here if you see employee data table is there. Fine. Now what I'll do, I'll take a duplicate window of this. I'll take a duplicate tab of this. So in this I'll switch my mode from mirror database to SQL Analytics Endpoint. How I can do that? Simple, very simple. Just click on this drop down, select SQL Analytics Endpoint. Select SQL Analytics Endpoint. Now it is loading my SQL Analytics Endpoint. Fine. So now here if you see under the DBO, under the tables folder, you will see this data. Huh? Okay, now let me take a new SQL query. Let me query this select. Let me insert into canvas and let me just give me a moment. Let me run it. So now it is querying the this employee data table. Now here you will see whatever the data we saw in my this Visual Studio Code, the same data here we are able to see total 50 records are there. Fine. Total 50 records are there. Fine. Now what I will do, now we will explore some update things. So for that, so I have one thing. Let me show you the data first. Let me take the copy. Let me go here. Let me replace this with that. Delete this and let me run this. Now here if you see, for the few employees, the salary has updated. Updated means, let me go here. For the employee ID 123, the initial salary was 2295 962 4006, and in the same way here, if you see now it is upgraded to 4000, 1500 and 6000. In the same way 15, 16, 7, it's 3000, 3500, 4500. Now here if you go to the in the initial data 13, 14, 15, the salary is different. Now it is upgraded. So how I can do this updation? Simple, very simple. Just go here. Just go here. Again click on upload files. Click on browse files. Now select this update one.parquet file. So now initially if you remember, these two options are not there. Why now it is asking? Because already we have one table exist in our mirrored database. That's why now it is asking two options. Now instead of creating new table, I'll update my existing table. So I selected this. So what is my table? Employee data. Okay, fine. So it loaded the data preview also. Here one thing important. So if you observe here, I have a one additional column. So I have a one additional column. So what is this row marker? Small row, capital M-A-R-K-R. What is this row marker? Let me explain you about this first before update this. So let me go here. So here, so in this official documentation, if I'm scrolling down, now here you can let me zoom it. So row marker, column name double underscore row marker including two underscores, values have behaviors. So if the value is 0, it is inserting a row. I mean it's if you have 0 or not, it will insert the row. And value is update. Insert the row to destination, no validation. Update the row with the same key column. what they're mentioned, same key column. What is meant by key column here? Here, if you remember, initially while doing initial load, we have the employee ID. We marked that as a primary key. This we call it as a key column. This we call it as a key column. So the row marker, if we put 2, it is deleting the records. The row marker, if we put 4, it will do the upset. What is meant by upset? It will update and insert both. It is a combination of update and insert. That's why we call it as a upset. So it will do the upset. So in our this scenario, what is the row marker value? 1. 1 means what here it is going to do, it will update the record first based on this key column. It will compare this all row values wherever there is a change. Where is the change? 4,000. So what is the this 4,000 is replaced with the previous salary. In the same way, this 1,500 replaced with the previous salary, I mean updated with the previous salary. I hope you all are clear what is this row marker. This is mandatory thing if you want to do any CDC operations. Fine. Now let me click on update. So if I click on update, now it will start and replicating all those 6 rows, and it will compare with the existing table values. So let's wait. So let's wait, and meantime I'll explain one thing. Click on this drop down. So here if you see, so whatever the files we are updating, Parquet files, so under this employee data folder, so inside this Microsoft Fabric Mirror database, it will convert into a some 20 numbers Parquet file. Some 20 numbers Parquet file means, so if you are keep on doing the changes, updating, it will go 20 numbers followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that it will update these files. So let me refresh now. Not yet completed. So it's taking time. Let's wait. So in the meantime, let me go to so the first point number 1 was completed. So this is initial load or full load. The second one is updating. So the point number 2 is we are updating to the landing zone. Now let me go here. Let me refresh this. It's taking time. So meantime, let me go here. Let me take a copy of this. Take one more new SQL query. Let me paste it here readily. Now let's refresh again. It's taking time. Let's wait. Refresh again. Well done. Very good. Perfect. Now here, if you see, rows replicated 56 and last completed is 1032. So initially we have 50 rows. Now we updated with the 6 rows. If you see, these are the 6 rows. So now completed replication. Now let's go to the SQL Analytics Endpoint. Before running the query, just refresh that table once again. So table is refreshing. Database is also refreshing. Now let's run this query. Now it is completed. Now where is the change? I'm surprising. Where is this 1, 2, 3 and 15, 16, 7? Where it went? Ideally, it should update with the updated salary. Okay. Let me scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Now it is presented here 1, 2, 3, 4,000, 1,500, 6,000. Okay, no problem. So just I'll make sort it by ascending. Now here if you see 4,000, 1,500, 6,000 and 3,000, 3,500, 4,500. Fine. So the updated one file was updated successfully. Fine. Now let's go and experiment another thing. So in this, let me show you the update to table details. In the second, third iteration, what it is updated. So let me replace the path with this. Okay, now let me run this. Now here if you see, for initial one, for this one, what is the change here means? So initially here if you see, the marital status column and gender status column is filled with M, S, M, M, M. So what is meant by M and S? M means married, S means single. In the gender, M means male, F means female. So initially, my data engineers are used this for loading the initial data as per the client requirement because there is some urgency. Now they want to correct it. They want to correct it. So that's why they updated the with proper values. So how I can do this updation in mirror database? Simple, very simple. Now go here, repeat the same procedure. Click on upload files, click on browse files and take this update to .parquet file and now it's loading. So select update to existing table, employee data and it loading the preview. It's loaded. So here if you see marital status and gender, married male, single male, like this, it is a full form updated. And now there is one thing here, because here I am going to update all the 50 rows, not particular 3 rows or 6 rows. So that's why here I mentioned in the row marker as one for all the rows. Here if you see one for all the rows, one for all the rows. Fine. Now here, now I hope you all are clear. So let me click on update. Once if I click on update, now if you see here, there is a change. What is that change? What is that change? If you are listening carefully, there is a change. Initially, we have only, just a minute, 01 Parquet, 02 Parquet. Now, the third file when I was uploaded, ideally it should 1 Parquet, 2 Parquet, 3 Parquet. Then where it went, 1 Parquet file. Where it went, 1 Parquet file. And if you observe carefully, there is a subfolder created, files ready to delete. Files ready to delete. Let's see what is this files ready to delete. It means that, so here we updated all the 50 rows with the new change for 2 columns. New change for 2 columns. That's why. So it means that between the file 3 and file 1, there is only change is the gender column and marital status column and few rows we updated the salary. So that's why this file is not required. That's why it is moved to the one new folder called file ready to delete. So after 7 days it will get automatically deleted. After 7 days it will get automatically deleted. Now let me refresh this. It is taking time. Now here if we go and see, now we are in the third step. Now we are using the update to file and we are doing this updation to the landing zone. So now we are on the third step. This is completed. This is completed. We are on the third step. Now let me go here and refresh it. 56 rows. Okay, fine. Meantime, let me go to the SQL Analytics endpoint. Let me copy this. Take a new SQL query. I will keep it ready-madely available. So let me refresh. Okay, it's taking some time because now it need to compare all the 50 rows with existing 50 rows, and it needs to update to two columns all the values. That's why it's taking more time. Perfect, very good. Now here if you see, the rows replicated is 106 and the last completed was 1039. The last completed was 1039. Okay, fine. Now let's go to the SQL Analytics endpoint. Before running the query, let me refresh the table. So refresh completed. Now let me run this query. Very good, well done. So here if you see, in our second updation, it will have only the salaries are changed. The S and M are same. Now here if you see in the third query, it is updated properly. Okay, well done, perfect, fine. Now we will go with our last updation method. Let's see the first, what is that file. Let me go here. I have this, I mean here I'm going to add a new column. So that's why I properly renamed it as a column addition. So now let me go here. Let me show you the which column I'm going to add. Let me run this. Now here if you see, all values are same. Here there is a new column called employee exit date. Here there is a new column called employee exit date. It means that whoever joining, after sometimes no one is promised to the any organization, they will work for lifelong to that organization. Okay, so that's why this employee exit date is this employee exit date is this, and few employees are still working, that's why it is showing as a null, and this employee's exit date is this. Okay, fine. Now I'll explain this row marker what is for, because it will be taking some time, so I'll upload the file first. Let me go to the Power BI. How I can upload? I think you are all now experts doing this upload files. Click on upload file, browse files. Let me take this column add.parquet file. Now let me select update existing file, employee data. Let it loaded the preview data. Perfect. The data is loaded. So blanks are there, dates are there. So let me click on update, and later I'll explain what is this for. Let me click on update. So now see, second file is went to here, and third and fourth files are there. Fine. Now let me go to the official documentation. If you remember, while starting of this video, I explained about this upset. Upset, why I took upset means, here if you see, I am adding a column along with the default values. That's why. So upset means, what is meant by upset? Upset. Up means update, set means insert. The combination of update and insert will be the upset. So it will match all the rows with existing rows value. So if there is unmatched data, it will update. If there is any new row, it will insert. That's why I took upset. So the value is how much? 4. That's why I took value as a 4. Fine. Now let me go to the mirror database. First, let me refresh again. Still it is replicating. So now we are on the our last fourth thing. Here what we are doing, column addition. As per our architecture diagram, what we are doing, column addition. So this is completed, this is completed, and this is completed. Fine. Now let me go here, let me refresh this. So we are on the our last step in this video. We are on the our last step in this video. So let me refresh it again. 106 rows, fine. So meantime, let me go here, let me take a copy. Let me take one new SQL query, let me paste it here. Well, let me refresh again. 106 still, fine, no worries, we can wait. So it will depend upon your network bandwidth. It will depend upon your trial, or if you are using fabric capacity, it will take more faster than the trial capacity. Well done, well done, very good. Now here if you see, the rows replicated is 156, and the last it was completed on 1044. Last it was completed on 1044. Fine. Now let's go and verify the data. So before doing that, before running the query, let me refresh the table. It's refreshing. Fine. Now let me run the query. So here if you see, the exit date was updated, and wherever blanks are there, it is automatically placed as a null. Automatically placed as a null. So the additional column is also updated. Okay. The fourth use case is also completed. And if you want to delete, then I am leaving this delete option up to you. You can take this as a experiment and you can expand it. It means that what you need to do, simply go to this one, change this 4 to 2, and for few rows, not for all rows. If you update all rows, entire data will be vanished. So change for few rows 2, and repeat the same process again. Here upload, and later you can check that whether if data is deleting or not. So this is all about Fabric open mirroring. So why this is a game changer, and what is the advantages, what is the limitations, what is the advantages and what is the limitations. So let me tell you so here if you see, the advantages is free storage for mirror data based on Fabric capacity. Free storage means, you people will think that why Microsoft people are giving free. Nothing is, no one is giving anything is free. But if let's say for example, if you have F32 capacity, so you will get 32 terabyte of free mirroring storage. If you have F2, you will get 2 terabyte of free mirroring storage. Okay, so once this 32 be exceeded, then only they will do the billing. So it will have near real-time data replication, and there is no connection setup or pipeline or management required. And as of now, the current limitations are, so it will support only Parquet and delimited text files, including CSV files. And if you want to rename the table, let's say for example, in this use case, so there is a table employee data. If you want to rename it, so that is not possible. For that, you need to require dropping and recreate. I mean, it means that you need to drop this and you need to recreate this. Fine. Now changing a column data type requires also reloading the initial and incremental data. Okay. So what the conclusion is, open mirroring is Microsoft Fabric is a yet powerful way to ingest and keep data up to date in data lake. So it means that it will emulate the complex ingestion pipelines, support schema evaluation, and it integrates seamlessly with analytics and reporting layers. Simple. So one person is taking care of this, the another person on top of this table, you can create semantic model. That's all. You can create semantic model, and by using this semantic model, your Power BI developer is going to take care of the reporting. Then as a data engineer, you need to do this CDC work, CDC works. Okay, you need to do this CDC works. So this is all about this open mirroring in Microsoft Fabric. I hope you all like this video. I am uploading this all datasets in my GitHub, and I am providing this datasets link in this video description URL. So you can download these datasets. You can replicate the same what I did in this video. Please like, share, comment this video. Please subscribe Next Gen Data Aspirants Community YouTube channel. So please keep on commenting. If you have any requirements, we will explore that requirements, and we will go with new videos. Thank you all for watching this video. We'll see you in the another video.